Ashanti has been living rent-free in Irv Gotti's head for 20 years and counting. What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Lady Sola. And before we get into this content, I ask you to please like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'm posting new videos every month, and I promise you that you do not want to miss out. Grab a seat and tune in. All right, so let's get into this. I have a few things to say in regards to Irv Gotti speaking about Ashanti, going on different interviews and having different conversations, bringing up Ashanti and the relationship that he's had with her. Irv Gotti goes on Drink Champs with Ja Rule. And they have a very, very interesting, very entertaining conversation. I will say that this was a major interview. It was a lot of stories that were shared. It was a lot of laughs, a lot of good memories. You know, it looked like everybody had a good old time. And I love that part of the interview, if I can be objective. But then there's this other side to it that is just disturbing, uncomfortable, inappropriate, pathetic, immature, petty, and I can go on and on. And that part is Irv Gotti staying in his feelings about Ashanti and their relationship. If I had to take a shot for every time Irv Gotti said Ashanti's name in this interview, I would be too drunk to record and edit this video. This interview was basically an unsolicited, liquor-infused therapy session. Irv Gotti came up on here and said, I have time today. I'm here to run my mouth and to gossip like there's no tomorrow. And that's exactly what he did. It is painfully obvious that Irv is not over Ashanti. Anybody even that don't got their sight anymore can see very clearly that this man is obsessed. He is still living in the past, that he is still reminiscing on a daily basis about the encounters and the moments that he had with this woman. And it is pathetic. I am catching secondhand embarrassment for Ashanti watching this interview. Like, I'm cringing. I'm like covering my face, like, ooh. I'm like ducking and hiding. That's how uncomfortable and weird this whole situation is. Just watching this interview and watching this man rant and rave, and steam is coming out of his ears. He's so mad. Even hearing Ashanti's name, it looked like he got kind of tight in his chair. You know what I mean? Like when someone starts to feel uncomfortable, he was gripping that champagne bottle real hard, and he just kept drinking from it. And then he kept taking shots, and he was smoking, and he was doing a little bit of everything, which is also part of why this guy was saying as much as what he was saying. He recalls the time when he found out that Ashanti and Nelly were dating, and he claims that he was chilling at home watching NBA TV. He was watching the Bulls, and the commentators are like, oh, something's happening, you know, and then they come back a few minutes later, oh guys, we figured out what all the commotion was. Nelly just walked in with Ashanti, and he claims that's how he found out about their relationship. And he looks so salty, y'all. I mean, I know everybody listening to this must have seen this interview or seen clips of it. You cannot tell me that this man is over her. This man is still in love with her. He is infatuated with her. The way he was looking when he told this story, like, he looked hurt. Like, he looked salty AF. Like, damn. Wow, this is why she done ghosted me. This is why I can't get her on the phone. But wait, there's more. This is the moment that I knew that this goofy was really not over Ashanti. When he started talking about this watch. Y'all, you cannot make this up. This man is sitting here referencing a watch on his wrist. This is not a watch at home. This is not him telling a story about a watch. This is not him pulling up a picture on his phone about a watch. This is the watch on his actual wrist. Yes. And he says that this is the watch that he got as a gift from Ashanti. Then he proceeds to take the watch off and starts trying to read the engraved message on the watch, and he's calling Ja Rule over. Hey, can you read that? Can you read that? What? Excuse me? And you want to tell me this man don't give two fucks about her? That he ain't checking for her? That he's moved on with his life? That he has so much great things going on and life couldn't be better, and he got so many girlfriends, and who is thinking about Ashanti? Sit down and shut up. Because you're not fooling anyone. Anybody that is going to talk about a jewelry piece, a piece that obviously is very sentimental for him, and show up to the interview wearing the watch? Who does that? And you are sitting here trying to convince everybody that you don't give a damn about that girl? She old news yesterday's paper? Huh? When you got the watch on your wrist from a woman that you was just messing around with when you were married, and you don't care about her. You don't check her Instagram. You don't know anything that's going on with her. Really? Really? I knew that moment. I'm like, oh wow, this is deep. This is very disturbing. He was wearing that watch like a badge of honor. He was so proud. He just looks at that watch and says, but she did love me. There was a time when she loved me. When we were Bonnie and Clyde. And I would never take this watch off. That's like a wedding ring for him. That is like a wedding ring for him. He ain't going to take it off. Because why? Because he love Ashanti. That's why. The fact that he is gallivanting around talking about this woman like an ex-scorned, it is just beyond me. Like, why? Why are you doing this? Even if you still do have feelings for her, who would say this out loud? Who would bring this up? Who would bring attention to this when this is 20 years later? And she got a new man. She's not even with Nelly anymore. As long as she was with Nelly, that's how much time has passed. Nelly is old news. And you still can't get over her. What? How foolish are you? Even he don't be crying and whining and moping around on social media like you doing. The hell is wrong with you? Let me get right into the story that has gone viral, which is him talking about the first time he kissed Ashanti. This is a direct quote from the documentary. I'm separated from my wife, Deb. I'm on my own. And Ashanti's coming to the studio every day, and our friendship and bond is naturally growing. She used to wear these juicy sweats, and her ass was looking fat. Her ass was looking great. So one day, I was like, yo, I'll take you home. She said, bet, cool. We are walking to her front door of her crib. She turns and says goodbye, and I just kiss her and grab her ass and just, mwah. It was like, what took you so long? What the fuck? You are a psycho. Many would consider this sexual harassment. I'm just saying. Reactions from Twitter. Masika Kalasia from Love and Hip Hop. She nicknamed him Irv Gotti, which is so fitting. A journalist by the name of David Dennis Jr. says that Irv Gotti has a really fascinating career arc and story and had a real chance to redeem the Murder Inc. legacy. And he's choosing to ruin it all by being a dweeb about Ashanti. I mean, Well said. He says, for example, they made a real compelling argument about reframing how we look at their feud with 50, and nobody is talking about it. It's all about his obsession with a woman out of his league from 20 years ago who is paying him dust in 2022. Thank you so much, David. You put that beautifully. Couldn't have said it better myself. Just going to end this video with Ashanti's response, which is her viral video. I want to say it's viral now, of her just looking beautiful in a club type dress, walking down the sidewalk, getting into a black truck. And what does the caption say? Sometimes you just gotta leave the trash behind. And that's all we've heard from Ashanti. Why? Because she will continue to pay him dust. It's the silence for me. You can never get her to say nothing. She is never going to react to you, Irv. No matter what foolish, no pun intended, no matter what foolish things you say, she will never give you the satisfaction of responding to you. Kudos to her for the consistency. I do hope that one day she just, out of the blue, it could be 5 years from now, it could be a decade from now, I just hope she does eventually address some things just for the hell of it, and she does it on her own time, whether it's her own documentary and she crafts the story from her perspective, and she does it in a way where she does address things, but it's in the classy Ashanti way. I do hope we can hear some of her story, her side of it. Because this man, there's people on Twitter that are saying she needs to get a lawyer and send a cease and desist. Like, it's getting to that. It's been gotten to that, in my opinion. I know there are some celebrities that would have been sent him a cease and desist, would have been tried to sue him, because that mouth of his, it needs to be shut down. So those are my thoughts. I'm going to leave it there. What do you think about the Drink Champs interview with Irv Gotti? What do you think about the Murder Inc. story? Are you watching? Have you seen the clips? What do you think about the clip with Irv talking about the first time that he basically harassed Ashanti and she didn't see it coming, just kissed her, and it was just like, yep, this is happening. What do you think about that? What do you think about Ashanti's demeanor and attitude throughout all of this? Are you proud of her? Do you wish she would speak up and say something? Do you wish she would, read him for filth? Let me know your thoughts. This is Lady Sola, and always remember that it is not about how you start, but how you finish. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.